Hey everybody, what's up? It is Patrick from Epidemic Nerds, and today, it's new cosplay day. Our Dwarven set of armor has seen a lot of things. It's been to C2E2, it's been to Dragon Con, we've had it in lakes and streams in Vermont, so it is in dire need of some repairs. And then, Bethesda decided to release an anniversary edition, and with that, there's a whole bunch of new armors, and the one that drew our attention is Dwarven Plate. Pretty cool, huh? We absolutely love that look, and so we are taking this opportunity to not only repair one of our favorite cosplays, but do something completely new in the process. So, this is that journey. Buckle up, let's get into it. Because this project is so expansive, you're not going to hear just my voice on this project. Katura's going to join in on the fun too.
Hello everybody!
The first part of this project, well, we're going to start from the ground up, pretty much literally. We're going to start with the boots. And I like to use this phrase a lot. I'd like to say this is simple, but it really wasn't. We're not just copying something we've done before. We're making a completely new cosplay. So there was a lot of math, there was a lot of tracing, and way too many squigglies.
Way too many squigglies. This project was a chance to really push ourselves to the limit. It was the first time we've actually given ourselves a lot of time to do a cosplay. Normally we're up against the wall with a con crunch.
We also wanted to take advantage of new materials and the fact that we've actually leveled up our skills as crafters considerably since our first cosplay.
Yes, we have. Back then, all we had was floor mats, hot glue, and hope.
And prayers. There were definitely lots of prayers involved in that cosplay build. For this project, my adhesive of choice was contact cement for the bigger pieces, and all the smaller details, I used super glue. I used hot glue as well. Can't forget about hot glue.
Never.
Biggest area that I wanted to improve on with the boots was how it actually sat on my feet, how it wrapped around my legs. I completely redesigned the whole system of how that attached to me. When I was constructing this piece, I paid a heck of a lot of attention as to how I shaped the foam around my ankle. The first boots were just tennis shoes with a weird
Sail?
EVA
foam sail?
Resonating what we said before, we're way better crafters. I said to myself, I can do something much more ergonomic. It'll fit me better, it'll work better, it'll last longer.
For the pauldron pieces, we already had a really good roadmap going. All I did was copy the previous cosplay. I used the duct tape tinfoil method to create a pattern. When Pat and I create a cosplay or a prop from an existing IP or a franchise, we don't strive to be screen accurate.
Really, the biggest thing for us is, will it work for us? Will it fit on me? Will it fit on Katura? Those are the biggest parameters we look for. Screen accuracy takes a backseat.
Just remember, you're making the cosplay for you, and if it makes you happy, there's nothing wrong with that. For the smaller pauldron piece, I went on the internet and I found a pattern from Kamui Cosplay and then modified it to fit our needs.
The next big area I got to tackle was the gauntlets. And those needed an awful lot of help because after looking at some high detailed screenshots, we were completely off in our original design. So those got completely reworked. The shape got improved, and then we actually looked at it, it wasn't round, it was actually a teardrop shape. So that was a big part of our correction process.
And they're more ergonomical now than they were before.
Yeah, way more. They fit better.
They don't slide around all willy-nilly.
Another big thing I noticed while looking at the screenshots was the area between the two quote-unquote metal plates. It wasn't metal. It was actually a piece of fabric. So that's what we replicated here. The gloves, well, it was easy. I just cut out some EVA foam and glued them onto a pair of Harbor Freight gloves, and they fit like a glove.
Off camera, I made the collar piece. I used the same method that I've been using for the previous pieces. Tinfoil and duct tape to make the pattern, and EVA foam and googly eyes for everything else. The Tasset was a brand new addition to the Anniversary Edition Dwarven plate armor set. It wasn't very difficult to construct, it was just tedious and involved some math.
Lots of math. You can see my old high school geometry teacher just glaring at me from wherever he's at, because I never thought I'd have to use geometry. I cursed geometry's name in high school, but here I am using f***ing geometry.
To finish up the Tasset, I used brads.
The tunic was another simple yet very tedious piece. We took a pattern we had from a previous cosplay and just modified it to fit this cosplay.
i.e. cut off the sleeves. Anytime you add sewing into one of our projects, it ramps up the difficulty level to 10.
Are you enjoying this video? Are you enjoying our nonsensical rambling? Well, if you really do, maybe consider subscribing, hitting the little notification bell, leaving us a comment. do all those fun things. It really helps us out in the end.
And if you're already subscribed to our channel, thank you so much for joining this crazy ride. The last little bit to finish up the tunic was to add some embellishments. And for the embellishments, I used a different texture fabric, and I used heat bond to bond it to the tunic.
Finally, after all of the cutting of the foam, all of the squigglies, all of the sewing, it was finally time to start to kick off the weathering process. We did this in 2 stages. The first stage, Katura became BFFs with a rotary tool.
To make the battle damage on the armor, I used the sanding drum tip, and then I concentrated on the areas where I thought would get the most damage: the legs, the feet, around the hands, on the gauntlets, and a little bit on the shoulder.
Once Katura was done dinging and scratching and gouging up all of our foam pieces,
Taking out
her rage with a sanding drum, it was on to a pretty standard process when it comes to foam smithing. And that is heat treating the foam, and you follow it up with 3 to 4 good coats of Plasti Dip. Once the Plasti Dip cured, finally got to paint these things. And the biggest area that we could improve with the painting process was our access to flexible acrylic paint. Flexible acrylic paint is a game changer.
When it comes to weathering, there is no wrong way to weather. This time around, I started with a black acrylic wash. The final step of weathering is I'm going to do a dry brush with an oil paint. I've seen this technique done on Smuggler's Room several times, and I really wanted to try it out for myself. The thing about using oil paint over acrylic paint is you have a lot longer working time than you would with acrylic. The final stop for weathering is adding some silver highlights.
This was an intense and impressive project. We used all kinds of different skills and tools, and we didn't have any con crunch. This was just something that we decided we were going to try and do the best cosplay we could. We put over 200 hours in this cosplay. We started in April. It is now the end of July. As always, thank you so much for watching. Hit the little like button, ring the bell, let us know how we're doing. That helps us out so much with everything we're doing and going forward. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Now it's time for the final reveal.